Hey. How y'all guys doing tonight? Welcome to Let's Face It Live show with your coach, the one and only Shakima S. Perry. Thank you so much for joining tonight. When you guys jump in, please share this broadcast. I want other people to be blessed, man. We got a great guest. We got a great topic. We're going to break it down for you. So definitely share this broadcast, okay? So don't hesitate. Do it now. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into the purpose of the show. Why do I do this show? Why do you see my face, right? So the reason why I do Let's Face It is to bring up topics, bring up issues, bring up just ordinary things that we face from day to day, right? So like questions you may have about life, questions you may have about business, questions you may have about this or that, whatever it may be. So it doesn't have to be tough situations, but it could be, just questions you just have in your mind. So what we do is we face those things, right? So we bring it to the table and we give resolutions, practical resolutions about how you can change your situation. You can resolve your situation. So that is what Let's Face It is about. Okay. So I'm going to jump into the topic of the show. So the topic on tonight is, let me bring it up. So tonight's topic of Let's Face It Live is, we are in season 2, episode 44. Topic is, what is missing when dating before marriage? What is missing when dating before marriage? I know y'all probably wondering, what is that about? Like, what does that mean, right? So I'm going to kind of give you a little bit, but my guest is going to really give you some more things that we're going to talk about tonight, but kind of give you a gist of it. What are some things we don't do before marriage? So what is some of the things that we don't do, right? So one thing I came up with is, we don't get to know who we dating well enough, right? We don't get to know, like, meaning we don't ask the right questions. We kind of like, we go into this phase of like, like kind of like you on a cloud, right? Especially, you're attracted, especially, you like, oh my God, like this is it. I want to get married. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that's what we do before, when we date someone, right? So we don't get to know the person well enough. Another one, we tend to ignore red flags. So if the person got red flags and you seeing like he's argumentative, you're seeing he's a little bit loud with you, like he talks to you crazy, right? So you like, all right, it's all right, it's okay. And then we kind of like, especially women, especially us women, we're like, oh, it's all right, that's just him. That's just him. Well, do you really want to be with that? But I'm just saying, we ignore the red flags, right? Another thing, we want to just get married so bad, and we don't care. We like, whatever. You date somebody, you want to get married, you like, look, whoever wants me, I'm in. But that's not good. I'm just saying. But that's what happens. So that's the things that we don't do. One more I got for you before we go to commercial break. And I'm going to bring this excellent guest up. We tend to want the wedding and not the marriage, right? We want this big old wedding, this huge wedding, all the bells and whistles and all the woo. We want that, right? But when it comes to really want to take care of your husband, or the husband want to take care of their wife, you don't want to do that. You're like, oh no, that's not what I signed up for. I just wanted the wedding. That's it. I want the wedding, nothing else. I just want the wedding. I wanted to feel loved, and we strolling, like, dancing, and the ambiance, and people see, oh my God, she's married. Oh my God, he's married. That's what we wanted, the celebration, but not the work. Oh, that hit a spot. Did I hit a spot? We want the celebration, but not the work, because the celebration is the wedding and the work is the marriage. Oh, but I got a guest that's going to break it down for you. Okay. I don't want to give you everything. Okay. So check out this commercial. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. And when we get back, I'm going to bring up marriage coach Liza Cooper. She's going to share with us some things she knows about marriage and, the ins and outs. And what we're going to be talking about tonight is some missing links, missing things that we're not doing before we get married. So check out this commercial and we'll be right back. Purpose to Promise Academy, where lives are changed and dreams come true. Learn how to write and publish your book. Learn how to fix and manage your credit, so you can finally get the home of your dreams. Visit us at purposetopromise.com. All right, so we are back. So when y'all guys jump in, say hello to me. I would like to know that you care about me. Okay, no, I'm playing. No, but I would like to know if you're there and who you are. Say hello. That'd be great. Okay, and make sure you share. Make sure you share. It's gonna be a great show tonight. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up our special guest, marriage coach Liza Cooper. She's gonna share with us her experience with marriage. She's going to share with us some things that we need to know to prepare. We got to prepare for it, right? So if you ready for marriage coach Liza Cooper to come up, go ahead and type ready in the comments. Type ready in the comments. All right. But either way, I'm going to bring her up and let's go. We about to do this. Hello.
Oh, hi.
How you doing?
Okay, thank you, Shakima, for having me here today. Um,
Absolutely. I'm super excited you're here tonight.
yes, so am I. And I'm always watching your show, and I love the whole let's face it, because if we face the issues, we can resolve them. But if we don't face them, they're going to just continue to grow and continue to be unsuccessful. So I love that topic. Let's face it. I love that idea, that concept. Let's face it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, because actually Shalina came up with Let's Face It.
What?
And she actually did come up with the show title and I decided to bring it on Facebook. But she was just like, she saw kind of my story and she was like, Shakima, your story is Let's Face It. So Shalina, shout out to you. Shout out to Shalina. That's my coach Shalina. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. So I didn't put this in the questions, but just tell the audience, the people that don't know you, who you are, and just a little bit about yourself before we start. Liza, you there? Hold on. Liza. Hold on. Oh no. Okay, Liza, you there?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, good. And Nehemiah said ready. Thank you, Nehemiah. All right, so go ahead and tell just a little bit about yourself, your name, and people that don't know you, just a little bit about yourself before we start.
Okay, so I'm Liza, a marriage preparation coach, and I prepare couples for marriage that's already thinking about becoming married in the near future.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Liza, for coming on the show and helping people to prepare. He prepares people for that next level when it comes to marriage. So let's jump into the question that we have for you tonight. So the first question I have is, what was the story that transpired before you were married? So what happened?
A lot of things. A lot of things happened. But I worked at Temple University initially. I'm from Philadelphia, and a lot of students come. They have they're very ambitious about life and their careers. So after I left Temple University, I got a notification on Facebook, and someone was like trying to um, like get to know me a little better. And I couldn't remember who this person was because there's so many, so many kids we talk to, so many students I talk to on a daily basis. So we ended up meeting up, and then I remember who he was, and our friendship started to develop from there.
Okay. And so like what happened like before you got married? So just tell us a little bit more
Okay.
about, before you got married. You don't have to say everything, but just a little bit more of, y'all got to know each other, transpiring more. So you can kind of give us a vision of what's going on.
So there was a little bumps and bruises in our relationship. We started to we would enjoy each other company, going out to Penn's Landing, going to the park or movies. And then there will always be some type of bump in the relationship what cause us to like disconnect and reconnect and disconnect. So the final time before marrying my ex-husband, we connected because my sister went into labor. She went into labor. She was having false labor all week, and then she finally went into labor. And if you know anything about Philadelphia and its parking, you can easily get ticketed and booted. So I'm paying for parking all week. So this one day I'm like, look, I know somebody that lives close. Let me call him and see if I can park my car in front of his house, which is not too far from the hospital, and have him drive me back to the hospital. I hadn't talked to my ex in 2 years.
Okay.
And I called him 8 o'clock in the morning, and I asked, it was a Saturday, and I asked him, could he do me this favor? And he was all about it. So when I seen him that morning, he just looked extra clean and extra fresh to death.
I know that's what happens. You be like, come on.
Yes.
Okay.
He had the white tee, the jeans, and all fresh and crispy. And he was really being my hero for the day. So we that relationship rekindled from that moment, and we started to date again.
Okay. Gotcha. So when you started dating, like what happened before you were married? Like what happened that you kind of saw, before you got married? With the bumps. That's why I really want to get into. What are those bumps?
Okay, yeah. So at first, well, let me tell you about the height difference. He's 6'5" and I'm 5'3". So when we're like a lot of times we're not on eye level. We really have to sit down and then be on eye level, and that's so much. There's so much communication in the eyes. There's so much understanding in the eyes. So I think that that's important when dating. Look in people's eyes and see where they're coming from. But so so we were dating, and Shakima's. I'm sorry. What was? Ask me the question again. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna say, what were you said that you dated before, so y'all had disconnection issues. So what are the bumps before you got married? That's what I mean.
So yeah, so there was one issue where, there's red signs that I chose to ignore, and then there were some things that I did not see and I did not recognize because he was saved, he was prayerful, and he was very encouraging. So when I would go through my issues, I was a manager right before us getting married, and I would have these rough days with difficult people, and he would be that person to nurture me. He would pray for me. He would encourage me.
Okay.
So like I was falling in love for that. I was like I found comfort in him on that note. But on the opposite side, like a month before our marriage, we had went out to dinner, and I was asking him about planning for the wedding, planning for the honeymoon, and I was asking him about what was his input, and he was not paying me any attention. So I looked to see what has his attention.
Right.
I kind of follow his eyes across the room, and he's looking down this lady's shirt she had like this cleavage, out, and I think that was a red flag.
Okay.
I know that was a red flag, but because it was a month before our wedding, I considered other people feeling about them buying tickets because they were like my people were in different parts of the country. Everybody's not here in Philadelphia, so they had bought tickets. I considered that, and now that I look at it, that's that's a shame that I consider someone buying a ticket more than the life decisions that I'm about to make.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, and also I didn't talk to like after that whole incident. I felt like he showed me something that I didn't like, something that made me feel less than. Like I felt less than because I felt like I'm not able to hold your attention, and that's important. I needed someone to love me 100%
Mm-hmm.
for marriage, and I felt like because of that, maybe he didn't. So I didn't talk to him for 3 days. His parents ended up, I would say, convincing or intervening on his behalf and saying, people make mistakes, but if he said he won't do it again, he's not going to do it again. And I trusted that, and I
Mm-hmm.
trusted that he loved me enough to try to rectify it. So I
Mm-hmm.
just went along with it, like, okay, he's not going to do it. So that was a red flag, and that was something that did come up in our marriage. Those type of behaviors, um, and yeah, it's important not to ignore red flags because they usually are what will uh, resurface in the marriage.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, I think your situation is like a typical situation. You in a situation, you in I mean, a relationship, everything is going well, and also you start seeing things closer to the wedding. So you're like, okay, maybe it will change, maybe this, maybe that. You have so many questions, but I mean, I can see how that can happen, definitely. So I have another question for you. When you got married, did you think these things that was doing, did you think it would change?
I I did think it would change, but you had to understand that I didn't know that it was a problem because that was one day, um, that was one incident. There were other incidents where in the past, like I said, we were on again, off again. There were other incidents where I've seen things in his phone, but at the same time, they were kind of forgivable because we weren't on a serious level. That's
Okay, so
how I looked
he
at
was
it.
dating you and other people. Like y'all wasn't exclusive.
Well, I don't know if he's dating the people that I seen on his phone, but I did see other, flirtatious messages and different things in his phone. So
Okay. Oh yeah, that's definitely a red flag. That was showing that. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So I
Yeah.
couldn't hold that against him as that was part of his character because it was not, we weren't exclusive. So, but that incident that happened a month before marriage, after having that conversation with him and his family, I didn't think it was a problem. I just trusted that it was a mistake. Like he was captivated, and it was a mistake.
Okay, gotcha. So you thought it would change. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean that's understandable because it was one situation. So I understand that. Now I got another question. What would you have done differently before you jumped the room and got married? So would you change anything about the situation?
I definitely would have changed a lot of things. And the one thing that I regret is the the actual understanding of what happened that month before. Um, the what I realized and the things I took in consideration as far as people not wanting to let people down. That's what I took in consideration. I didn't want to let people down. So I would encourage anybody that might feel that way, like it's never too late to turn away and say, "This, I don't believe this is for me," or "I believe we should do more preparing," because even though it may be for you, it just may not be that time or that soon. So, so yeah, that's it.
Gotcha. So you would say in that situation you would have put yourself first
Yes.
in your decision that
Yes.
you would make.
Yeah. My feelings were valid. And
Right.
I didn't discuss those feelings with anybody on my side of the family. I had four sisters. I didn't discuss those feelings with anybody. And sometimes like having a coach or having someone that can help you with such a big decision is what we need, because we can get clarity instead of being emotional.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. So if you guys, thank you so much for sharing as well. If you guys just tuned in, y'all watching Let's Face It Live season 2, episode 44. The topic is what is missing in dating before marriage. So marriage coach Liza Cooper is digging in and talking about her time before she was married and when she got married. So y'all missing this. If you ain't on here, I know y'all missing this. But I want to kind of tell you what we're talking about. So I got another question for you before we go to commercial. What did you learn about yourself, and what did you create to help people not to go down the same path? So you can start with what you learned about yourself first.
Definitely. So I learned about myself is that really I was more I say, because I had a sheltered kind of childhood upbringing, I could consider myself a little naive to certain things. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like and a lot of situations, like I really knew, I really understood, even if it was a month before, I understood who he was. But um I did not put my faith in myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I need to be self assured, not so much validated by external extension, but self assured that I am feeling what I'm feeling and I'm seeing what I'm seeing. I don't
Right.
need anybody else to understand it because I'm the one in this relationship.
Got you. So that is meaning like you should listen to your first mind, like people say. Right?
Yeah.
And say, I know something is wrong, but let me consider, So I got you. Now, what did you create? Tell us a little bit about it because I know we're going to go deeper, but tell us a little bit about what do you create to help people prepare for marriage?
Well, I created this workbook called Get to Know Me, and this workbook I asked over 107 questions to get better acquainted with the person that you may potentially marry. And in the workbook, you're asking questions, but you also are able to. Both people supposed to answer all the questions. So you're
Mm-hmm.
finding out things about yourself because certain conversations and certain avenues you may have not addressed or you may have not thought about. So in this book, even though you're asking and you want to find out more about how your partner thinking, you're going to find out more about yourself too. You both are going to find out how you're approaching this relationship and um, what do you expect from one another.
Gotcha. Well, that's really good.
Okay, okay.
No, that's good. I know when you told me about that, that's really, really good because that gives you more insight on who you dating. They have other tests that they use for other things, but like a dating test. I guess that's what it really is to kind of get to know that person better. So that's really powerful. So I know that people will definitely be blessed with that workbook. Getting that because I need to get it myself. Um, it's good to have just to kind of have an idea, a better idea, and it's more detailed, more you get in a little bit deeper than the surface. That's what I get from that book. Your workbook is getting a little bit more deeper than just the surface stuff. Because sometimes we doing butterflies and cloud nine, and we're not getting to like the deep stuff we should really be asking. So that's really really good. So I'm telling you guys, you got to get this workbook. Um,
Also, there's a course now. The workbook helps you to get to know each other better by asking questions. But
Mhm.
of course, helps you to have tools, have answers, and have reasoning between two people that love each other, how to get over the hump. So it has advice on how to get over difficult times.
Mhm.
And it has a section where you write down what do you expect, what is your family vision. And I think that's very powerful because it gives you direction and it gives you a vision for your family to work towards.
That's really good. I like that. I like that a lot. Definitely. And I have another question for you. So actually, before we go into that, I want to go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll go into another question, and we're gonna, highlight what you just shared with us, 'cause what you have is powerful, and I want people to be blessed by it. So, check out this commercial, and we'll be right back, guys. Feeling mentally drained and need something to lift you up? This book will transform your mind and thinking. You will enjoy reading every page. This book is available for audio, Amazon, and Audible.com. The Mind Regulator is a true story about how a woman that lost her mind and how she overcame. Get your signed copy today. Go to GleeBargainCenters.com. All right, all right. So we are back with marriage coach Liza Cooper. So we got another question for you tonight. What can you tell the audience? Um, hold on, let me see if I wrote this right. What you can tell the audience what to look for before they get married. How can you help someone that has been in your shoes? Like what's the things they should look for?
Oh, definitely. I would say be true to yourself, and because a lot of times we can ignore what we see
Hmm.
because we want something so badly. Like we all want to be loved. We want that real love. We want to be loved, but don't try to make it happen when you see red flags. So I would say, don't self doubt. And the other thing I would say is to see what you're seeing. See what you're seeing. If you're not being loved the way you want to be loved, don't imagine it. See what you're seeing. If you know if your your date, your person don't treat you with respect, if he's not thoughtful, if he's not considerate, if she's not thoughtful, if she's not considerate, see what you're seeing. Don't imagine that it's going to be anything but what it is.
Right. You take them for face value. Whatever they telling you, they're telling you.
Yes,
That's good. That's good.
that is so important.
Absolutely. And the other thing is praying, being prayerful,
Yes.
about who you dating and like I mean, you see what you see, but be prayerful and say, okay, God, should I cut this off right now? Or if you've seen what you've seen, it's kind of really telling you what it is, but also being careful about the whole situation, how to handle it, what to say, what to do. Because, some people could be crazy, you know. So I think prayer will definitely help as well. Um,
I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you have anything else you want to share?
Yeah, I agree. And the scripture says, lean not to your own understanding. Because a
Mm,
lot of times we'll pray and then we'll lean to our own understanding of the interpretation of what God is doing or
mm,
what we're seeing. But lean not into your own understanding. And sometimes it might help to write it down
right.
because write down what you're seeing, what's going on, because our feelings go up, down, around, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
You can have it right in the book. June 11th, you know, I felt excellent or whatever,
Right.
remembered my birthday and I didn't even know he knew it or,
Right.
whatever.
Like a journal, pretty much. Like a journal. You're journaling. That's something I need to start doing. Is journaling. But that's definitely great advice. And I know the audience is loving it. If y'all guys are watching a replay, y'all watching, definitely share this. This is great information. I'm telling you, y'all gonna be blessed by this. Your friends are gonna be blessed by it. So do that, please. So the next thing I want to ask you is how can the audience benefit from what you created? What do you have? Do you have anything you can share with us that the audience can go ahead and get this information, get to know me and the course and all these great things you have?
Thank you for that question, because the audience can benefit because some things you might want to know, but you don't want to be the one to ask it because you might feel awkward. You
Right.
might, it might not be the right time to say, well, how much money you got in your account? But that's important to know if you're gonna marry somebody.
Wow. That's some questions right there. How much money you have? What's your net worth?
When do you say that? Like on New Year's? So get the book and you can say it right away.
That's good. That's some deep things like how much money you have. Sometimes we be like, oh, I ain't got no money.
Right. How much debt do you have? And even that, when you say sometimes you don't want to share the information, it's a question in the book. Do you mind sharing? Because some people secretly don't want to share with you. So how can you love me and don't want to share?
Right.
Not that I need what you have, but when you say you love me, how come you don't want to share your things? So you love yourself, your things, and then me? Or where do I fall in line on this love train?
Right.
So
that's deep. That's deep, y'all. So her course, you can get it at bit.ly/GKM prep. So if you can put that in the comments under the video so they can grab that as well. So they'll be able to get that. So if y'all guys go to bit.ly/GKM prep, they can get the workbook and the course.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys can get the workbook and the course that kind of basically will prep you for marriage questions, different things you can do, family vision. I really like that very much. That's really, really good. That's going to help a lot of people. So if you guys are thinking about getting married, even if you're not dating anybody or whatever, go ahead and grab it. Go to bit.ly/GKM prep. You're going to be blessed if y'all get this workbook and also course that Coach Liza has for you guys. So if y'all guys have any questions, put questions in the comments. Put your questions in the comments if you have any questions about anything that we shared on tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. This is really great information. So put that in the chat or in the comments if you have any questions. And I just want to share something with you guys really quick. If you are interested in being part of this show, you want to be a guest, and you have a powerful story that you can help people, go to purposeofpromise@gmail.com. Reach out to us.
Yes.
We definitely want you a part of either this season, next season, whatever the case may be. But we definitely want your story to be able to help people. That's what it's about. That's what Let's Face is about. We're about helping people. That's what it's about. So go to purposeofpromise@gmail.com and email me. Let me know what you want to talk about. If it fits the show, we definitely love to have you on Let's Face It. All right. And just to go back to Coach Liza, she has her course, also her workbook. You can get to prepare yourself for marriage, which is bit.ly/GKM prep. So get that course. It's going to be a great course for you guys if you're interested in getting married. And I'm definitely going to get it. I can't get it at the moment, but I will. I'm going to definitely get that course as well. Because, we're, some of us single, some of us want to get married. So it's really good to, to prepare ourselves. And then sometimes we don't know how to prepare. So I know that this course will definitely help you guys. Go to bit.ly/GKM prep. Go now. Stop playing. Y'all better hurry up. No, I'm playing. But anyway, go to that bit.ly link. And do you have any last words tonight, Coach Liza? Any last words?
I just want people to invest in their relationship. Invest in your relationship. And even if it's not with my materials, the 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 vision, the purpose is that our families work, that they not only start and stop, but they work the way God intended, till death do us part. So prepare for marriage, and I wish everybody the best. And thank you, Shakima, for having me here today,
Yeah.
because this is a topic that we do need to face. We need to face the truth about it. That it's a good thing, but we have to put the work in. Marriage is a great thing. It's an awesome thing. We have to put the work in.
Absolutely. Just like I said before, some people here for the celebration don't want the work, right? So
Yeah,
that's what it's about. So thank you so much, Coach Liza, for even, coming on the show. We appreciate you. And I want you guys to go to this website, bit.ly/GKM prep, and get this marriage course. You will not forget it. I mean, it would be, what I'm saying? You just need this. You need it. You get it. Okay. I mean, it's a great course. I mean, I saw some of the course myself. It's a great course. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be something that's gonna be beneficial for your future if you want to be married. Okay. If you don't want to be married, then get the step in. I'm saying, no, if you don't want to be married, let me stop being funny. No, if you want to be married, that's fine. But if you are wanting to be married, get this course. Go to bit.ly/GKM prep. So it looks like no one has any questions. So you guys have a great night. Thank you for joining. Let's face it. And what we're gonna do? Let's
thank
face it. Y'all guys have a great night. Thank you for joining. And I'll see you on Friday. That's the next show. Have a great night. Bye-bye.